Gosh, this lighting is so bad. I have kind of been in a creative rut recently. I feel like I also can't talk recently. Like, I edited my last video and I was like, literally, why do I sound like that? Welcome back, Camely, by the way. Yeah, when it comes to my photography, I've just not been feeling inspired. Honestly, not really liked the last few shoots that I've done and really want to switch things up and just take some photos. That's the thing. I need to like go out and take some photos and worry a little bit less about like planning a photo shoot. And I talked about wanting to try nature photography and just going out in nature and taking like pictures of animals and flowers and stuff. But I was downtown the other day. I took the kids to a really cool park and it was just in the middle of the city. And it was really exhausting in the middle of the city trying to make sure like Ozzy and the girls are not running into the street. So yeah, it was not really like a peaceful walk like I wanted it to be. But I told myself like I'm gonna come back someday this week and just walk around by myself so I don't have to worry about everyone else and I can just walk. I'm not even gonna bring Ozzy. I thought about bringing Ozzy. I'm like, you know what? He stops too much. I just need to like go on my own little adventure today. And I'm like, this is a great opportunity to bring my camera because I was taking pictures of like the buildings and everything just on my phone the other day. But yeah, I really wanna go and just take pictures of all the cool stuff I see as I walk around downtown. So that is my goal today. That is what I'm gonna do. I've got a few hours before I need to go pick up the girls. So I'm gonna make my way into the city and just start walking and photographing. And then I'll take you guys along with me as I edit the photos as well later. Might not get around to that till tomorrow. Here's my outfit. I just have this tank top on and I just put like a bathing suit top underneath it, my shorts, and my Docs. My socks are like really high. I have made it. This is my setup for today, if anyone's wondering. Featuring my microphone that is covered in cat hair. This lens is a Canon 24-105 f4. And my camera body is a Canon R5. Ew, look how dirty my mirror is! That's disgusting. Alright, I am back in my car. I was walking for 2 hours straight. I did not stop to take a break until the very end, and I did a huge loop around the city. Well, not around the entire city, but like around downtown, around the river. I did a loop around the river, which the river is pretty big and like runs right through the city, so my feet really hurt. I did not wear the right shoes for this, but I had a lot of fun. I could see the progression of my photos getting better throughout my walk. Honestly, I think the reason I've been feeling so uninspired and just so not in the mood to take pictures is because I just needed a little more practice because I kind of took a little break. I just had nothing to shoot for a while, so I didn't shoot, and yeah, I just needed to like get my head back in the game. And I feel like this accomplished that, and I'm really excited to edit them. Just looking on the back of my camera, like none of them particularly stick out as like amazing. Actually, there's one I took of a bird that I'm really excited about. I do think I prefer my photos to be more detailed, and a lot of these were more like landscapes. I tried to kind of focus more on detail, but I feel like that looks more weird from like other people. If I'm like getting super close up to something with my camera, like that's way more awkward than me just kind of like taking a picture of the skyline, you know? Like people see the vision when it's like a landscape photo. Practically getting down on the floor to like take a picture of something. They definitely don't see the vision. They definitely don't get it and understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing that. But yeah, I think at some point I'm gonna have to get over my fear of looking weird while I take photos because that's just kind of a part of the job. I also had a lot of fun people watching. It'd be really cool to like take pictures of strangers and ask them. I definitely don't want to be a creep and just like photograph people. I definitely did. I definitely did photograph a few people that did not know I was photographing them. A little sneaky, but you know, it's for the sake of art. And I'm not doing anything weird with them, you know? But yeah, I love seeing videos of like street photographers going up to people and being like, hey, can I photograph you? Just thinking about that gives me social anxiety, but maybe one day. I don't think I'm gonna edit these today. I think right now my plan is to go home, make a quick snack if I have time, and then get Coco. And then tomorrow I'm gonna hang out with Cody and edit the photos. We're gonna sit down and work on our laptops somewhere. I'm like so exhausted. I feel accomplished though. I feel like I did a lot today. I exercised. I held this heavy camera for hours and I got a lot of pictures. Good day. Good idea. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow when I start editing. Good morning. It's the next morning. It's kind of cold today and I chose to wear one sleeve. This shirt only has one sleeve, so I'm gonna be halfway warm. I'm headed to Cody's house. We both work from home and it helps to just like be working next to someone else. So I'm gonna go there and edit my photos. But before I do that, I need to figure out how to make my editing software run faster, because the last few photo shoots I edited, there was like 35 photos that should have taken me an hour to edit. It took me like 4 hours. And my computer's not slow when I edit my videos, so I feel like I'm just doing something wrong when it comes to that software. I don't know. So first priority is figuring that out, and then once I make an attempt at that, I'm gonna try and edit the photos, see how far I get, see if it worked, see if it's running faster. And I might have to buy a new computer, honestly. I've had that computer for like 5 years now, maybe, and I use it a lot. I mean, it's my work. It's kind of the one thing that I like really need to do my job. So if that's not working well and it's taking me 4 times the amount of time to do the same amount of work, might need a new one, which sucks, which is not fun to have to like invest in right now. So yeah, I might be going to the Apple store sometime soon and seeing what's up. But if not, it's gonna take me probably another 4 hours to edit these photos today. Maybe a little less, because a lot of them don't have like a subject. I'm more so just gonna be playing with the colors and the shadows and stuff, and not like brightening people's skin and their teeth and everything. So yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. And especially if I am able to get it running even just a little bit faster. I haven't seen Cody in a while, so I'm excited. It should be fun. And yeah, I need company. If I do get really frustrated at my computer, we can, you know, take a break and do something else. And I feel like Cody is really smart when it comes to computers as well. He might be helpful. He has a graphic design degree, so he probably knows Photoshop better than me, honestly. I don't really use Photoshop as much, but. All right, I think I'm gonna bring Ozzy. Y'all, I just got all the way to Cody's house and realized I forgot my laptop at home. Oh my God. I packed an entire bag with like my laptop, my card reader, my external hard drive, my charger, my headphones. I just left the whole bag. I just forgot to put it in the car because I had to make 2 trips. I had to like bring my water and my purse and my camera. And I was like, all right, let me go get Ozzy in my bag. And I went to get Ozzy in my bag and I only got Ozzy. And it's like 30 minutes away and there was traffic, so it was like 40. And so I'm not driving another 40 minutes to go get it right now. I guess I will edit later. I am back home now, back to my computer. I just spent like an hour doing research on how to get my computer to run faster. There's like 6 different tips that I tried out, and hopefully it will work. I just downloaded my photos from my camera and I have 253 photos that I took. And now the first step is to cull those photos using Adobe Bridge. Culling just means going through every single photo and picking which ones I actually like, which ones are in focus, and I do that with a star system. So I'll go through and like star the ones that I'm like, all right, that's not bad, and then I go through those and give them 2 stars if I'm like, yeah, okay, I actually want to edit those. And then I'll go through one more time and be super critical and give 3 stars to the photos that I definitely like and definitely want to edit. And then I pull those photos out and delete the rest. Here are all of the photos, and I'm gonna go through every single one. I ended up with 43 final photos and I'm importing them into Lightroom Classic. It's interesting seeing them like blown up on my computer in full screen, because some of them that I thought were like amazing on the back of my camera don't look as good, and then vice versa. Some that I was like, yeah, whatever, they look a lot better. But honestly, this stage is always the worst because I'm like, that's either gonna like clean up really well with some editing or it's just not gonna work. And it's hard making that call. But now that I'm here, let's see what I can do. My computer's starting to heat up and get really loud the second I imported these. I'm scared. All right, first photo edited. This is before and this is after. I don't love this one. I don't know. It was so foggy. Like, it would have been better if it was like a clear blue sky. The sky is bothering me a lot. I am all done editing the photos and my computer was super fast. It could be like maybe a little faster, but compared to what it was, so much better. I want to say I was editing for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I'm not sure. I kind of lose track of time as I'm editing my photos. So much so that I was almost late to pick up the girls. I love editing. It's my favorite part and it's much more enjoyable when it's not frustratingly slow. Despite being a photographer and a YouTuber, I really don't know much about computers, and especially when it comes to like storage and making a computer run faster. I just felt like it would be such a feat for me to figure out on my own, and I'm proud that I was able to get that accomplished as well today. It really wasn't as hard as I thought. I watched like 2 videos. But yeah, the time has finally come where I'm gonna show you guys the photos I took. This one's probably my favorite landscape skyline photo that I took on this shoot, and that's not a style of photo that I usually take. I don't think I've ever taken like a professional photo of a skyline before. I definitely much prefer to be like close up and shooting details of something. And so yeah, I was definitely challenging myself with like doing something that was totally new to me. And this whole shoot is totally new to me. Like, I'm really used to photographing people and having like a specific subject, which I think made this shoot like the perfect challenge and exactly what I needed right now. And then we have this photo of a bird that I took, which was so random. I was not expecting to take a picture of a bird, but it was just sitting on that branch and was super close to me and just kept squawking. And so I just caught a quick photo. I like this one a lot. I feel like the bird is really expressive. I thought this one would be super easy to edit, and I kind of had a hard time deciding what the right direction to go with it was. I definitely played around with the coloring on that one a lot and tried a few different presets, but all in all, I'm happy with the way that it turned out. And then I got this photo of the bridge. I felt like since the weather was kind of gloomy, I wanted to play into like the haunty, foggy vibe that was going on, but it's still really like beautiful and airy. And then this next one was on that same bridge, and I got the perfect shot of this person running across, and I cropped out the other cars so it's just them running by themselves on this bridge. I decided to make this one black and white, mostly because they had a bright blue shirt on and it just wasn't matching the vibe. But once I did make it black and white, I'm like, oh wow, I actually really like that. And so I added a little bit of grain just to make it like black and white, grainy, vintagey feel. This next photo is my second favorite skyline photo that I got. I feel like it's a great contrast having the buildings in the back be all fogged out with the cloudy weather, and then the bridge in the front with all the colorful graffiti on it. It just really makes it pop that much more. And that's one of my favorite views in the city, so I'm glad I got a good picture of that. I do really want to come back on like a super bright sunny day. Sometimes I prefer to shoot in cloudy weather because that means there's no shadows, which shadows can be really hard to work with. But then the sky is ugly in the background, and yeah. For this photo, I turned my shutter speed super duper slow so that way you can catch the motion of the cars going by, and I just loved the look of this truck rushing by, especially because he's driving towards all the skyscrapers. And yeah, I don't know, something about this photo just feels a little more different and unique compared to the other photos I got. This building is one of my favorite buildings in Austin. It's the city power plant, and part of the reason I walked so far on this shoot is because I knew I needed to walk to this building in particular and get a picture of it. Something about the font is just so pleasing to the eye. I love the lightning bolt, I love the little trees, like it's just so cute. I tried really hard to get this one to be super symmetrical and perfectly in the frame how I wanted, and it bothers me that it's like not 100% straight on, and I couldn't get all of the lines to like be perfectly in my grid. but it's fine. It is close enough, and if you're not looking at it on a literal grid, you probably wouldn't notice. Next, I got this shot looking up at another one of my favorite buildings in the city, and I just love how sharp and crisp this photo is. Yeah, it's just fun and interesting to look at. This one was super random. I just ran into it and took a quick picture of it, and it turned out to be one of my favorites. I just love the colors. And then I got a few detail pictures of some graffiti that I was passing by, including this purple thing that was graffitied that was next to some purple flowers. This picture isn't great, you know, like there's nothing about it that makes it special or necessarily visually pleasing, but I think that it's a cool backdrop, and if I had like a subject placed in front of it, this is another one of my favorite photos from this shoot. One, because it's super crisp, and secondly, because it's just really like dreamy looking. I really loved the way the handlebars shine, and the edit on it turned out just how I wanted it to. I wish I knew who the owner of this motorcycle was so I could send this to them, but I have no clue. And then there's this one of a guy paddleboarding with his dog on the river. I think it's super cool that he's front and center and there's no one else on the water but them. And again, this is just one of those photos that looked better in black and white, mostly because the water just was not looking very good. It was just very reflective, very far from being blue. So yeah, when in doubt, making a photo black and white can definitely help. This photo also felt very unique. I saw these crazy things growing out of the ground, but I just adore the little graffiti dinosaur on the pillar. It's front and center, it draws your eyes in, and it's just really cute. This might be my very favorite photo from the whole shoot. It was definitely one of those moments where it's like, I need to get it right on time, right as it was crossing under the bridge. And you know, they were moving pretty fast, and I wanted them to be like in the center and perfectly frame them. And I did just that, and I was very proud. Like, a split second later and it wouldn't have turned out how I wanted it to. I also felt like a creep taking pictures of them. I'm very bad about like taking photos of people. Obviously they were pretty far away, so I couldn't like ask them, but you also can't see their faces in it, you know, they're on a swan. And last but not least, I saw this guy just taking a snooze under the tree. Very stealth, very quickly. I put my camera up and shot a photo. I didn't mess with my settings because I just didn't want to be caught taking a picture of someone. And because I wasn't really looking and I just took one singular photo, he wasn't even in focus, which kind of adds to it in a weird way. Instead, I got the leaves of this other tree in the forefront, which again have those beautiful purple flowers on it. This shoot definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone and was just really fun. I enjoyed walking around taking the photos. I enjoyed editing them. I definitely learned a few lessons, and there's some things that I would do differently if I were to do it again. And I think there's definitely some things I would have done differently if I wasn't so worried about looking like a weirdo. While editing these and kind of looking over the final results, I definitely had to remind myself, like, this is my first time doing street photography ever, and these pictures aren't really up to par skill level with a lot of the portraits that I've taken, which was kind of humbling. I'm like, if I could take pictures of people, I can take pictures of places. And you know, it's a different skill to develop. It's not necessarily something I'm super eager to do again and keep practicing at, but I think every new style of photography that I've tried out has helped me develop my skills in a completely new, different way. So yeah, at the end of the day, it could only help me get better at photography in general and maybe take better portraits as well, which is what I really love shooting. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing a bit of my process, and if you want to see more photography related videos, I'd love to make them. That's all for today, and I'll see you in the next video, Camille.